guys? Excuse me, Rick Shaw here. It's still the 8th, and in continuing with some of the dangers here that can get you in trouble quick, fast, in a hurry. One of the things one of the subscribers mentioned was when you're here, a good thing to really avoid is drinking in public and getting drunk. You definitely don't want to do that here. It'll be not good. You'll get people looking down on you for that. At the minimum, you don't want to do that. I've been when I first came here, I made the mistake. This was right after I got here. I was just drinking some Red Horse, and I don't really get drunk on that. But they had some Johnny Walker Black, and nobody was drinking it. They drink their MP Light, which is actually, I had some sip. I never really drank it, but I had a sore throat one day, and we had some that was left over from a party. I thought, okay, I'll take a little bit of that. Maybe it'll help get the gook out of my throat. And I was sipping on that, and I'll tell you what, for something that only cost $4, I was thinking it was rot gut, but it is some damn tasty brandy. MP Lights is good. This, no wonder the Filipinos love it. It tastes good. I never really drank too much of that, but the one day I drank a little bit too much Johnny Walker, and I'm not a loud, mean drunk or anything, but I definitely was rubber-legged, and I remember my wife walked me home, and when I got home, I said I'm never going to do that again. That was just stupid. That was just stupid on my part. It's not a good idea. Another thing you don't do, don't berate a Filipino. Even if you're mad, what you do is, like when I was in the accident, I sat there for a minute when the girl just ran. She didn't even look. She just ran right in the side of my car, busted my mirror, smashed the metal, and I just counted to 10, and looked in the glove box to make sure my bottle of chill pills were there, because you don't want to get out and start hollering at anyone. It just is not good. My wife can. She can all she wants, but as a foreigner, there's a law against it. You're not to do that. Another thing, if you're having any dealings with the police, they can be really mellow. They're Filipinos also. They can be mellow. They're gentle people, but you don't want to push those guys too far, because they are very serious, and they will knock you in the head. They don't play here. It's not like in the States where some people get smart with the cops and they can get away with it. You're not going to get away with that stuff here, guys. You can forget it. They will take you out in a heartbeat, and you will be looking at probably deportation. You just don't have to be very respectful to them, and don't cause any kind of trouble. Don't be loud. There was a Spaniard here when this pandemic started, and he got loud with them, came out on the street and all that stuff, and just totally uncalled for. I never really heard the rest of the story, but I do believe he was deported. So you don't want to do that. These are some of the nicest people. I've been here a long time, and some of the greatest people I've met have been here. And the more people you meet, the nicer they get. I'm in this neighborhood. I've been accepted into this neighborhood. Some people, it takes a while for them to get to know you, but now pretty much everybody's friendly and smiling. There was one lady who used to walk by. I thought, wow, she never says hello or anything like that. And here I found out she's deaf and can't afford a hearing aid. So, it's not that. So just keep a level head when you're here. Just keep the drinking to a minimum. I'm actually to where I'm stopped because I get stomach problems and stuff. I do like Red Horse and all that, but every time I drink it, I get stomach problems. So it's probably the gluten in there, I guess. I don't know. But even Sapporo's a rice beer. I drank some of that. I still get a empty pit feeling in my stomach. So I'm 60 now. I think pretty much my drinking days are over. That's just the way it's got to be. It's just got to watch the health. I got 3 little babies in here I want to care for, and I love them to death, and I want to be around for them as long as I can. Another thing that you got to really watch out for, we got some beautiful neighborhood kids here. and you could innocently say, I'm going for ice cream, and put them in your car and take them somewhere, and you can get in a lot of trouble for that. There's a law against that. As a foreigner, you cannot take somebody else's child without one of the parents along. That's the law here. You don't do it. I actually was walking down the street one time, and there was a bunch of cops up there for some reason. I was walking my kids, and the oldest cop, he looked like he was about 60, and a colonel. And those are your kids? Yes, they are. Okay, they don't want you taking them. They're worried about the pedophilia and all this, extortion of these little tiny babies and stuff. And there are some sickos here. You got to watch for that. So don't do that. Now, my daughter can go with the neighbor guy when they go up for ice cream. That's fine. It's a Filipino, and we know them very well. They're super nice people. My daughter and his daughter, they're like bosom buddies. They're best as pals. I'm sure we'll get visits from them. We got neighbors across the street want to come visit over on the other one over there, want to come visit when we go down there. They were asking when the blessing of the house is going to be. Don't know yet. But, that's a thing here, so that'll probably happen. Hi, handsome. How are you?
Turn the light on so they can see my dinosaur.
No, just in a little bit. I'll be done with the video in a little bit.
But I'll show them my dinosaur.
All right. My buddy wants to show you his dinosaur. Go ahead, turn the light on. He's going to pull out his dinosaur. We did something we do very rarely. I let him get a little bit of McDonald's from time to time. They like the toys, so he's going to show you his dinosaur. Hey, did you show him the egg? Don't forget to show him the egg. The dang dinosaurs come out of an egg. There's his egg. He really likes this stuff. And oh, look at the choppers going on that guy. Keep your fingers. That's another danger. Keep your fingers out of the mouth of a dinosaur. That's for sure. And there's my little baby girl. Oh, don't lose that. That's Daddy's. Okay. I have to keep that.
It's on the bed.
Oh, okay, that's an old one. Maybe you can pitch that one. That's a little SIM card holder for the little ones to go to the big ones. So, but those are just a couple more things I thought of. That just watch out for that. Know that that's the way it is. I mean, they do have the laws on both things I told you about. So you have to be very careful of that. Don't get caught up in that. I know I have a friend that lives down south. I've never met him personally, but talked to him online, and he was talking about, I'll take these kids up for ice cream and stuff. And I said, there's a law against that. And he didn't know that, so he looked it up. And his wife didn't know that. He's a Filipino. So he looked it up, and he's like, oh, wow, thanks for the heads up, bub. I did not know that. And there's checkpoints and stuff. There's still checkpoints up here. And they could just ask, is that your child? If you say no, you could be in a world of hurt. It depends on the cop, I'm sure. But just be careful of that. We just saw, there was a video on here. I just saw it not too long ago. It was taken down very quickly, but I happened to be one of the first ones to watch it. And it was, they brought in a thing. This wasn't a foreigner, but it was a Filipino, and they brought in the police and saying there's something going on with these kids here. And the police, the manager let them in. Police opened up the door, and there was some dude, older dude with a little boy, and then they right in the act. And the police came in and got him, and I'm sure he's going to be in a world of hurt for that one. So that's what they're worried about here. That is absolutely what they're worried about here. So be careful of that, guys. But we had a beautiful day today. We got out. We took Grandma home today, and we got them. We had the cooker, that little electric cooker I bought. Got a pretty good deal on it, and we got one for her brother because he was using it, and he just loved it. He was like, wow, this is so cool. So we gave Mama one to take to him, and then our best buddy, she got a birthday coming up. We got her one of them little cookers too. It's just an electric fryer. What they do here is they use that coconut charcoal, and it's always messy. We've done it here too. I don't like to even mess with it. I'm a barbecuer. I love to barbecue, but I don't like barbecuing on that. I will get a propane barbecue grill. They have some really nice ones here. When you come shopping here, you can get anything you can get in the States pretty much on them grills. You can get fantastic setups here too, Weber's and Charbroil and all the good ones. So I want to do that, get an extra propane tank, and I want to get, I'd like to get that because I like to grill and I'd like to get back to it. We have a nice place in the front. where the car thing is. We want to roof that. I don't know if we're going to put a deck on it with concrete. They said if we do that, it would be a year before we could do it, or it would void the house warranty. That's what we were told. So, and I thought, I don't have to have a deck up there. We got a deck just for my wife and I would be just as happy if I just had a roof on there, a good metal roof. It's nice when it rains and you can hear that beating on the roof. When I was a kid growing up, we had a big awning my father had put up, and it's just, to me, it's just a comforting sound. Our other house we lived in was an all steel roof and just a real light ceiling, lowered ceiling. And it just sounded cool to me. It's something that doesn't bother me at all. I do want to put a couple awnings over the windows so that we can leave windows open if we leave upstairs, so that we can keep some airflow going through. I'm definitely going to put some screen doors on, some good security screen doors. That way we can leave the door open. The doors that they put in that house, it looks like Naga wood. They're super heavy. Unbelievable, the nice doors they're putting in. That was one of the things I saw when we were looking at the models, and before we ever picked our house, we looked at a bunch of other ones, and they do a real nice job. Our cabinets are in. My wife will have to get on a ladder if she wants to use them, but we want to get a nice cabinet for in between the living room and dining room so we can put our canned goods and dishes. Silverware, I'd like to have some drawers in there for the silverware because we don't have any drawers in the kitchen. They're not big on drawers here. So I want to get a nice wall unit that'll come out from the wall, and at least have a couple drawers for the silverware, some carving tools, whatever, electric carver. I did notice at S&M you can get turkeys there, and it's nice. They're not real big ones. So, I got to find a cooking pan so I can cook in the oven. And I'd like to make turkey. My wife hasn't had it. We did have one turkey that was a turkey here that was kind of like somebody raised it. And when I was hunting turkey, when I was a younger man, I hunted a turkey one time. And out in the woods, I hunted in the woods one time. And I got a real nice one. I got a 24-pound one. His beard was dragging on the ground, and he come walking up, and I waited till he got behind a tree, and when he come out the other side, I let him have it. And we took that thing home and cooked it, and it was miserable. So from then on, I did all my turkey hunting in the grocery store, and the ones that said Butterball, and I don't care how much stuff they inject into it, those are the ones that are good. So I didn't like the wild ones myself. And that one we got here was kind of like a wild one. The drumsticks were real skinny. It wasn't a big thick turkey. So they have frozen turkeys in the SNR, and that's where we're going to get our turkeys from. And I want to cook that. I got a nice electric broiler, so I can do some steaks in the broiler. That's my favorite way. I've been doing them in the frying pan here. The kids and we like to pull out a couple of T-bones, and I cook them up real good in there, and some ghee and salt and pepper. I got some good Himalayan salt, and I put that on them, and we go to town on them. I chop them up. We did buy some really good steak sauce. I got some A1 now, but I'm not the biggest fan of that one. I got Worcestershire sauce. I don't need that on my steak, but they had this one steak sauce, more like Heinz 57, but it was a different brand. And when I saw 6 or 7 bottles there, I should have grabbed them all. This is what happens here. If you come shopping in the Philippines and you see something and you like it, you better grab it, because you may not see it for a year again. Look at the Filipina Peas website on one of hers, and she was dead on the money about that. You see something, grab it. We saw some furniture over in Dos Marinas, and I said, "Sweetie, this is perfect. This would be perfect for our house." It was the right size and everything. It was up off the floor, so that we can clean under it easy. I like that clean look. I don't like this couch in here that goes to the floor. It's always dust bunnies and nasty under there. I want it up off the floor, and that way we can get some little roller plastic bins to put blankets and stuff like that in. Games, stuff like that. And we didn't grab it. Guess what? I've never seen that set again. They sold out their set, and when we got there was different people in there, and I said, hey, can you get that? There was a silver one you got. Oh, nobody knew anything about it. So grab it if you see it. That's just the way you got to do it. And it wasn't too expensive. I think it was about $500 for the set, but it was like a L-shaped one, and then it had a extra little chair. You could just make it an extender for the couch or use it as a separate chair, and it had a really nice coffee table in it that had a middle section where you could put your games in, because we want to get Monopoly, the games right now. I had games, chess, checkers, and all this, and the kids just destroyed them because they're too little. I've got some good games in there now that I just don't let them touch. So if I can put them in that cabinet and just make that off limits, then when time comes to play it after dinner or stuff like that, when we want to play games, we're going to do it. We just picked up a real good game when we were in SNR. It's called the World Game. And it's got all the flags of the worlds and little information tidbits about different countries, which was really cool. And you got to recognize the flag in order to answer the question. It's just a real cool game. We haven't played it yet. I'm saving it for the new house. I have a lot of things here that are just saved for the new house. So my wife wants to go down tomorrow and look at beds. Different for us, bed for us. The kids, we already know what we're going to do with them. So I don't want to get this one too long. I know it was about dangers in the Philippines, but I added on some about the house. We're all very excited about moving. They tell us for sure we're going to be in by April. So, turnover, they call it turnover here, the signing. It's called turnover here. They said that's going to be the last week of March. So we can get the truck the first weekend of April. We plan on getting everything out in the next week or two. I've boxed up so much stuff now. I got a whole room of boxed stuff, and a lot of it we're going to give away. What's not ours: the dining room table, the little refrigerator, the beds, the couch. A lot of this stuff was the landlord's. We just been using it. We rented it kind of as a furnished house, so we didn't have to get that stuff. So we're going to have to get it here pretty soon. We're going to get. I'm going to get a nice Nagawood table, custom made, custom made bunks for the kids, and that's how it's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Don't forget to pray for each other, and like doing anywhere, have a soft heart against all people, not just here, just anywhere you go. Anytime you are mad to somebody, you're the one paying for it. You're the one with the evil in your heart and it's going to cause you headaches in your own body. So it's best just not to be. Treat people like you want to be treated, and everything will be fine. That's what my mom used to say: treat people as you want to be treated. And that is some of the best advice you could ever get. So this is Rick Shaw, out.